was like kind of a war zone. I mean, all the trees were down.
Large trees crash into homes. Flash flooding across multiple communities. Down power lines sparking. Generators humming. Chainsaws rumbling.
You know, the sky went orange kind of thing, and then came out here to see all this wreckage.
And now, a state of emergency in the village of Beverly Hills.
Tonight on The Edge, summer is off to a destructive start. Our heat wave is carrying storms with a real punch.
The village of Beverly Hills and its surrounding communities took the biggest brunt of it. Fox News' Lauren Edwards joining us live with a closer look at the damage.
I'm at the intersection of 12 Mile and Greenfield, and as you can see behind me, the traffic lights are out. Fortunately, cars are approaching the intersection slow, abiding by the stop sign that was put up. All of this, of course, due to the storms and the damage that those storms caused. We've been talking to homeowners and residents, and they tell us it may be weeks or months to recover from all the damage.
You know, I started screaming into the phone to my mom, like, my roof has collapsed, my roof has collapsed.
The storms Wednesday night and Thursday afternoon caused widespread floods and damage in and around the Southfield area. Marcy Swan's home in nearby Berkeley was not spared.
And I had been sitting on my couch, and I was on the phone with my mom, and I said something, just like said to myself, oh, I need to go fold laundry in like my bedroom. So I got up and I went down the hall, and not even 5 minutes later, there was a huge crash.
When she returned to the living room, this is what she saw: a tree inside her home. The aftermath, too heart-wrenching to bear.
The roof is going to need to be replaced. The ceiling in the living room is definitely replaced. At this point, I believe the floor is going to need to be replaced.
Swan's home wasn't the only one hit.
It's just pure destruction of our backyard. There's power lines everywhere. The internet's down, of course, power.
April Maycock in Beverly Hills felt the punch of the hard-hitting storms. The strong winds pushed this large tree onto her garage. She says she couldn't believe the sight. Her car was trapped inside.
We are tired because we were up pretty much 24 hours trying to get the generator hooked up, trying to get the house straight, assess the damage, take all the pictures, working with our neighbor to figure it out. So we're just tired and hungry and hot.
Some neighbors in Beverly Hills couldn't even leave their homes.
I'm just sitting down and watching DTE do their work. There's nothing else for me to do. I'm out of power. My power line's ripped off. So I'm just enjoying the day. I'm making the best of it.
DTE was out and about working on several power lines, like here at Catalpa and Greenfield. Meanwhile, this Marathon gas station was packed with drivers fueling up and getting supplies.
It's been a little wild. People have been rushing up here to get ice and fuel for their generators.
In fact, as soon as Marathon's Kevin Chirac heard that they lost power, he rushed to the gas station to turn on their generator. He says he did it with the customers in mind, wanting to give them some relief during this very difficult time.
It's nice to be able to provide that additional blessing to the people who need it the most at this time.
So again, we have seen DTE out and about working around the clock, working to restore your power, and they are reminding people when you see down power lines to please stay away, to stay the length of a school bus away from those down power lines. I'm Lauren Edwards in Berkeley on The Edge.
Well,
as long as we stay under this weather blanket, the threat of pop-up storms will linger.
Yes, Captain Rich Luderman telling us when we might finally catch a break.
It looks like the second half of the weekend, we're going to see a pattern change. But once again, for tomorrow and for Saturday, Sunday morning, we have more storm chances. It's quiet right now. Earlier today, we had those torrential downpours. We had the gusty winds as well. But right now, we'll take the quiet weather. Let's take a look as we zoom in and show you. Not much happening out there. A couple of little cells out there close to Fort Wayne and South Bend. But we're going to stay mostly dry for the rest of tonight. It is pretty quiet and cooler up around the Mackinac Bridge. They're at 64, looking good there. A couple of showers in the area. How about the last few days? Monday, 95 degrees for high. Tuesday, 90. Yesterday, 91. Today, we were right back there in the lower 90s. 92, the official high. Averages 81 and 62. They're the records, 97 and 43. Rainfall total at the airport, a little less than a half an inch. It is muggy out there. Somewhat cooler for Port Huron, 64. There's Mount Clemens and Lapeer at 69, 73 Jackson, 75 in Monroe. There is a light breeze from the north and east, and that's what's driving down numbers just a bit. Now, remember, we did have the heavy rains that did knock temperatures down a bit. 80 in Fort Wayne right now, 81 Cincy, 81 in Pittsburgh. If you need something comfortable, look at Marquette. 55 degrees, that's sweatshirt weather in the central UP. So it's going to be hot again tomorrow and Saturday, but eventually for the second half of the weekend, a frontal boundary is going to sweep through the area, but we do have more storm chances in the forecast. Just a stray thundershower chance for the rest of tonight. Tomorrow, spotty storms, especially Friday afternoon and early evening. Look at Saturday, 94 degrees, that's the hot one. Sunday, 88 with falling temperatures late in the day. Monday and Tuesday, much more comfortable with a lot less humidity. Remember, you can always check the numbers, check the radar. It's right there for you on the Fox 2 Weather app. You can download it for free in the App Store or in Google Play.
The question is it bad or worse? There's no good news here for House Republicans.
A northern Michigan lawmaker locked up in Lansing. Republican Neil Frisky arrested overnight at the state capitol. Details are limited at this time, but police say they responded to reports of a man with a gun, possibly firing it off around 3 in the morning. This would be a felony offense for the lawmaker from Charlevoix. He is expected in court tomorrow. Now, in a statement on Facebook, Frisky's campaign says, in part, quote, "As many of us know, Representative Frisky is always exercising his Second Amendment right," end quote.
We're getting a closer look at the loaded weapon a Wayne County judge was carrying when she was stopped at Detroit Metro Airport. Judge Samantha Miller was cited earlier this month after TSA discovered the .38 caliber handgun in her purse while going through a security checkpoint. TSA then contacted Wayne County Airport Authority Police. The officer's report says the gun was not registered, and officers found it difficult to read the serial number. Miller reportedly told police her brother had given her the weapon.
Police, search warrant, come to the door.
Police body cam video played in court for the murder trial of Jewish leader Samantha Woll. Officers were called to the home of her ex-boyfriend, Jeffrey Herbstman, after he confessed to killing her. Police found a folding knife, a key, a black jacket, magic mushrooms, prescription drugs, surgical gloves, photos of the former couple, and a eulogy. Investigators determined none of those items linked Herbstman to Woll's murder. Instead, their focus turned to Michael Jackson Bolanos, a man who is believed to be responsible for car thefts. He was arrested about a month after the murder. Prosecutors say his search history included same-day passports. Testimony will continue tomorrow.
It's the end of an era. Word has it, Rite Aid will be closing all of its stores in Michigan.
Fox 2's Dave Kinchin tells us when the drugstores will close up shop.
I currently use this Rite Aid for my medicine and one over on Coolidge Highway.
Stephen Glover is among the many in Berkeley and across Metro Detroit, for that matter, who will need to change where they get prescriptions filled now that Rite Aid has announced another round of store closures, with reported plans to shutter all of its stores across the state due to financial pressures.
It does impact me. I remember as a little child what it was before Rite Aid, when it was like Perry Drugs. So something specific to the city, like, you know, Spartan Foods, seeing something like that go away, it's really a piece of the city going away too.
Rite Aid workers at multiple locations who did not want to go on camera say they've been told by higher-ups that all company stores in Michigan will be closing, with prescriptions transferred over to Walgreens. They say the shutdowns will take place in phases beginning next month, and some have already closed in our area since the company filed for bankruptcy last October due to dropping sales and increasing debt. A spokesperson previously said it was required to notify the court of certain underperforming stores it planned to close to reduce the cost of rent.
I'm sorry to see another business going under. It seems to happen a lot lately.
The changes set up to inconvenience Gail Gilchrist, who frequents this Rite Aid in downtown Berkeley.
My husband has a prescription there, and it's handy because we go to the post office all the time, so we just snip over there to pick up things when we have to. So I can't even think where the closest Walgreens is.
Fox 2 reached out to Rite Aid's corporate office for comments, but have not yet heard back. Meantime, many shoppers we talked with hope the pharmacy giant will bounce back eventually.
For one, I can only speak for myself. Rite Aid has always been good to me, so I would love to see the people of Detroit be good to it.
Now, Rite Aid workers we spoke with tonight off camera say there's still a lot of things they don't know. They're in a watch and wait mode. They have questions that we're hoping we can get answers to as well once we hear back from Rite Aid corporate. In Berkeley, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
You know, for children diagnosed with a serious illness, a wish come true could change their lives.
And this morning, Make-A-Wish Michigan has brought another child's dream to life. Take a look. Oh, I love that run. 8-year-old James learned his wish to see Legoland at Universal Studios in Orlando has been granted. He was born with a heart condition and had to undergo multiple surgeries, even spending 6 months in the hospital last year. But today, with a big smile on his face, James says he is excited to be heading to Legoland.
I'm so excited for my wet sweat.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes, we're so excited. We can barely hold it.
Barely.
I think the most exciting thing is that we got to tell him today and we no longer have to keep the secret, right?
Yeah.
He's okay now. He's all right with it. Well, this is Make-A-Wish Michigan's 12,000th granted wish.